Louis, how difficult was the decision?
At the time, quite difficult, but it's the right one. Need to look at my long-term future really, and make sure that I'm able to walk down the stairs in the morning. So it's been tough, yeah.
And what is it that's finally brought such a glittering career to an end?
What injury?
Yeah.
Back, yeah. Struggled with the back for a fair few years now, and I think, like I say, it's the right thing to do. I could have probably played again, but for the sake of a year or 18 months, it's not really worth it.
And how have you handled making the decision and coming to terms with it?
I found it difficult at first, but I had the support of my family around me and the club, and we didn't actually rush. We've known for some time, but we needed to make sure I was making the decision for the right reasons, and yeah, we've definitely done that.
I've had a tremendous reception from people on social media and on the message boards today. Have you been overwhelmed by that?
A little bit. It makes me want to play again, to be honest. Yeah, I read a few this morning and thought, I don't really want to retire. And to be fair, like I say, it is the right thing to do, and long term, it's only for the right reasons.
You had some lovely messages as well from your peers and your teammates.
Yeah, I seen a nice one from Ed. Ed Slater, that is. He said a few nice things, that I've had a good influence on the player he's become, and that. So that's nice. I like to feel that I've given something back. Like Martin Johnson and Ben Kay were like that for me. They gave me a lot of advice, before my career started and during. So I'm pleased that Ed feels the same way.
When you look back on that career, 274 games for the Tigers, I think you've said that you'd have been happy with one.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, the dream was to just play one game for the club, and yeah, made that many and played with my brother. It was a dream of both of ours to play together when we were kids. So yeah, hugely proud of what I've achieved in the game, what trophies I've managed to win. Probably played in one of the most successful eras for the club. So yeah, I go out of the game with great memories and actually what I've achieved and playing for the club. It's been a dream.
Can you remember your debut?
Yeah, well, sort of. It's that long ago, but yeah, it was against Rotherham with Jono, someone like I say, always looked up to. I don't remember it too well. I remember my first Heineken Cup game more, away at Poe, a very hostile environment, and before the game, a lot of the older players were telling me how difficult a game it would be with the fans throwing stuff on the pitch and all that. But in the end, it was quite a tame game. But certainly the build-up was a good one.
You mentioned there about playing with your brother. Can you remember the first time you played with him and highlights of playing with your brother?
Well, he first played with me in the second row. He wasn't the second row at the time. It was during the World Cup period, and Dean Richards threw him in the second row with me for him to make his debut. So yeah, like I say, that was what we always wanted to do, is play for the club together, and we made it in the second row. So that was nice.
And highlights over that career, firstly with Tigers?
Highlights. It's all been a highlight, because every game you play for the club is special. Like I say, all I wanted to do is play one, and I played that many. Every player that plays for the club has a responsibility to the shirt because of who's wore it before you, to the fans, to the players you're playing with at the time. So every game that you play for the club is special, because everybody wants to beat you, and not one game is an easy game. So definitely.
29 tests for England, a World Cup, Six Nations Championship in 2011. Not bad, is it there?
No, I've always found it difficult with England. I never managed to cement my place in the team, whether that was through injury or selection. But yeah, 2011 was the highlight for me during the England career, winning the Six Nations and going to a World Cup. I missed out on the World Cup in 2011. Got cut at the last, I think it was 5 or 10 players or something got cut at the last minute, and I was devastated. So the dream was to go to a World Cup, and yeah, we did that in 2011.
So what does the future hold now for you, Louis?
I want to stay in the game. I've You know, it's all I've known for 11 years. Whether that's directly with the rugby side of things or, you know, the business side. I've been doing some stuff for the commercial team at Welford Road, which is interesting, and yeah, they're the only things that I've ever known. I'm open to other opportunities. I just have to look at those.
And you've dipped your toes into the water of coaching as well, haven't you? Yeah,
I spent a week with Spain last week while they prepared for their sort of European Championships, Six Nations basically. It's like a tier 2. They were preparing to play Russia, so I spent the week with them, and they beat Russia for the first time in 12 years, quite convincingly even. So yeah, that was a good experience, and you know, I didn't do a huge amount of coaching, but I gave, you know, I've got that experience, and I gave them you know, a lot of information on how they can improve the game.
Did you bring any names back for Cockers and Jed to have a look at?
I've been looking at a few. Yeah, they've all been asking me to get them a job over here playing in England. So yeah, that may be another avenue I could look at.
And I suppose one of the highlights was that Legends game and your testimonial. It was a pretty special day all round, wasn't it?
It was. You know, when we first thought of doing the game, or the committee for my testimonial did, we never dreamt of getting 16,000. We thought 5 or, you know, 8,000 or whatever. And yeah, to get that amount, you know, of people coming to watch the Legends, Jono playing, and all those guys, and Matt Hampson did a great job putting his players together. So yeah, it was an amazing day. My brother got to play in that, so that was his sort of last game for the club. So yeah, it was a great day.
And what will you miss most? Would be the camaraderie around the training ground, match days at Welford Road. What is it you'll miss most?
I'd say match days. Yeah, you know, day to day coming in with the lads. Yeah, you will miss that, but you live for the playing, and like I say, every game you play for the club is special. You know, miss running out of Welford Road, coming down them steps, being in the change rooms before, feeling the fans above you, stamping the feet on that, and you know, on the wooden floor. That's what I definitely miss. Yeah, running out to that.
Hopefully, if the coaching career blossoms, you can live it another way.
Yeah, it'll be different. You know, I've not really experienced that sort of feeling as a coach yet, but you know, I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes.